What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So today, as you can see from the title, we are doing a rustic barn wedding venue, which is for the very first Sparked Sims challenge. I'm so excited. I've already submitted it on the gallery, so if you want to pick it up just and put it in your game, just search Simply Coco, and you will find my page. You can also see where I placed it in the top left hand corner of the screen. It is in Brindleton Bay. It's on the lot that is a dog park by default, right across the street from the pet hospital. That is a pet hospital by default. But yeah, I was so excited to do this build for the challenge. I really hope someone sees it because I had so much fun building this and I'm really proud of it. I tried to do some different things that I normally wouldn't do or that I've never done before in The Sims. So as you can see, I used debug gates, and I use the cutting board sized up to kind of look like the barn doors. So those would be barn doors that actually kind of slide open and shut. But obviously in The Sims we don't have anything like that, so I did have to put an actual door on there for them to get in there. So that door, the big brown door, is from Eco Lifestyle. I could have just made that part of the wall open, but as you know, when you kind of have an open air building, or when there's not a wall somewhere and it doesn't count as a room, the lighting on the inside is very wonky because it's meant to be inside lighting, but it's too dark, and I didn't want that. So I did end up having to put a door, but I still wanted to try something different, so I put the sliding doors there. Maybe it's just the sliding doors have been made to stay where they are, and then this door was added because now this lot is used as a wedding venue and no longer a actual barn. So as you can see, I've done the reception area. So the reception area is outside and the ceremony is inside. To the left hand of the screen, that's where the bridesmaids and groomsmen and stuff would sit. And then on the right side of the screen, there's two white chairs that are have a cloth or fabric over them. I imagine that would be where the bride and groom sat. And there's two other chairs at that same table, so I imagine that's where the best man and best woman would be. If you have a same-sex marriage, it doesn't matter. Same thing. Doesn't matter, obviously. I'm gay myself, so I don't care who you have sitting there, but I imagine it being the bride and groom, or the bride and bride, or the groom and groom. Anyway, so the color scheme I went for this lot was green, white, and brown. All kinds of browns, light brown, dark brown, whatever. So these candles with the kind of green flowers at the bottom, and the candles that I believe came with either Spa Day or Dine Out, they're sitting inside like a glass bowl. I use those literally everywhere. I also used the new plant clutter object that came from Eco Lifestyle. I used that a lot. But you'll just see, because for weddings, there's always like itty bitty decorations everywhere, like literally everywhere. So I even used two of the they're called they're either sorry, I can't speak. You can either call them chests or you can call them treasure chests or whatever. But you can see I did pull them out right here. They're on your screen as we speak. I do use them. I just sized them down. Maybe the theme of this wedding is like new treasures are going to be found in this relationship or something like that. So maybe. But here I am. I use these logs, or like these tree stumps, are actually seats. So you find them in the love seat section of the Build and Buy catalog. And I just size them down once and then lifted things to look like they're sitting on top of them. I use that plant is an actual plant from the build and buy menu. It's not a it's not an indoor plant. It's technically outdoor plant, but the lighting wasn't weird on it, so I did use it. I put it in the planter boxes. You saw me place down the terracotta pots, but I ended up changing it to the pots that are more rustic looking and the lighter wood color. Then I put the rose petals down, but I didn't like how it looked by itself. So what I did is I put the Realm of Magic runner underneath it. I call it a runner because it's the rug that comes with like 2 or 3 different pieces, and you can keep connecting them and make as long as a rug as you want. So I did use that. It's from Realm of Maggot. Realm of Maggots. That's funny. Sorry if that laugh was too loud, because I'm like right in the mic. But Realm of Magic. This light is from what is it called? Cats and Dogs, obviously, because I'm building in that world. So, and then the Cats and Dogs pack really lends itself to a barn build. It really lends itself to anything rustic. I was about to say industrial, but not really. Really just rustic. Maybe even boho. The Cats and Dogs pack really helps with that. So with this challenge, there was a few like themes you could choose from. There was like rustic, beach theme, jungle theme, and I wasn't like the jungle theme. Obviously, it would go in El Salvadorada or whatever it's called, and then the jungle theme would obviously go in El Salvadorada, and the beach theme would obviously go in Island Living. So with the rustic theme, I wasn't sure if there was like a specific world we had to build it in order for it to count, or if it could be anywhere but it just had to be rustic. So hopefully the fact that I built it in Brindleton Bay is okay. But anyway, as you can see, I did kind of place just some random boxes and barrels and stuff around, because I imagine maybe when this isn't being used as a wedding venue, maybe it's like someone's actual barn. Like maybe they don't keep animals here, but they store stuff here. Maybe they store, since it is like a wedding venue or a party venue, maybe they do store stuff here to be used for the different events. So it actually belongs to a person. But their clutter and stuff on the inside kind of added to the overall aesthetic of the venue and this particular wedding. So yeah, that's why it's in there. And then over there, I am making a photo, like a photo booth. It's not really a booth, but it's just where you would go to take photos with the bride and groom, or you could walk in when you get to the wedding and come straight over here and take pictures with the people you came with, or whatever. So funny story. It's really not funny because I was really mad. I built this last night. It did not take me long at all, maybe about an hour and a half total, all in one sitting, which does not happen a lot with me. But I did this part. I finished the photo section, the photo booth or whatever, and then I moved on to the entrance, and I did like the sign-in book and where they would go to put the presents down, and I set all of the tables with debug, the things you set the tables with, the plates and the napkins. I did all those things, and then my game crashed. Yes, my game crashed and obviously didn't save anything, so I had to go back in and do it all over again. It didn't take long to do it again. I only lost like 20 minutes worth of building. But the reason why I'm mentioning it is because if anything looks a little bit different, it's because I didn't quite remember what I had done, and I didn't feel like exiting the game, going to look at the video or going to look at the footage to see what I had done. So I just kind of did what I remembered and then kept going from there. So this little section of the build, that photo booth section, might look a little bit different. Me setting the tables won't look different because it's me putting plates on the table. But so yeah, this is the guest book and where they would drop off their presents for the guest. Obviously This venue would probably only make sense to use during the summertime or the fall or something like that. I mean, it can rain in those seasons as well, but it probably actually rains more in the summer than anything. But you just have to be careful when you have the wedding here. You'll probably actually have to watch the weather, because I think you can check the weather in The Sims. I'm pretty sure you just go to the calendar. Ooh, excuse me, but yeah, you're gonna have to watch the weather before you do have a wedding at this venue, because realistically, you wouldn't want the presents outside because they would get wet. Same thing with the bars, the open bars. Same thing with the photo booth, because the photo equipment would get wet. Um, it didn't matter if the actual booth got wet, because I mean there's even plants on it, but we don't want the cameras getting wet. You couldn't have a reception outside if it was raining, unless you wanted to go and put umbrellas on every single one of the tables, but that wouldn't be realistic either, because I mean umbrellas, and even if it was raining, those umbrellas wouldn't necessarily keep you completely dry. So yeah, just be careful when you have this wedding. If you use this venue, obviously it's The Sims and it doesn't matter, but still, for realistic purposes, we don't want to be out in the rain. Sims don't like to be out in the rain either. They will run inside, but there's nothing for them to do inside once the wedding is over. So, as you can see, I even put the food truck that came with Eco Lifestyle out here. It just really worked with the rustic kind of theme. And I did put sinks on the bars. I added some just regular bar counters, and then I added sinks to one of them. Or added a sink to one of them. The reason being is because I made this lot a lounge lot, because there's no wedding venue lot. There should be, but I made this a lounge lot, and there was supposed to be a sink on it, obviously, because you'd have to have a bathroom as well. But the bathroom that I placed down, which I'm probably going to place down here in a second, is one of the bathrooms that came with, this one in particular that I use came with cats and dogs, but I think these types of bathrooms got introduced in City Living. I'm not quite sure, but this is what I'm talking about. So this will, if you use this object, it will count as a bathroom, but it doesn't count it having a sink in it. So the lot still required a sink. So that's why I put them on the bar. I do end up putting the Eco Lifestyle sink right here in front of this bathroom. The Eco Lifestyle sink is the one that has the water hose on the side. And again, it just fit the rustic theme, so I wanted to put it in there. This lot, a lounge lot, also has to have love seats, which are basically the smaller couches, and I didn't know where to put them, so I ended up putting them off in the right corner behind this first tree. I just kind of made like a little seating area. You won't see it in the footage, and you won't see it in the footage, and you will barely see it in the screenshots, because I just wasn't thinking and forgot to take a screenshot of just that area by itself. But it's off to the right of the build, so if you want a better look at that, of course, download it and put it in your game. Again, just search Simply Coco 94. I'm sorry, I think earlier I said just Simply Coco. It's Simply Coco 94 on the gallery. But now I'm just making it dark to see if there can be any lights anywhere else, because I did want to put the twinkly lights up from Toddler Stuff, which I did, but I didn't want to put them all the way throughout, because putting them, intertwining them and putting them all around the place, I feel like doesn't look right. It makes the build look a little messy. So I only put 3 on each side of the build, and then for the to light up the dance floor, I just put more of the candles and decorative objects that that are constantly being seen in this venue. And I thought it looked cute, and I feel like that is something you would see in real life, like on the framing the dance floor could be the decorations from the wedding. But over here I did put a wishing well, and then I was like, I don't want just the wishing well to just be sitting there, so I put a plaque to maybe say it says something historical about the wishing well. I have no idea what, but then I just put some plants around it. Now I am going around adding more trees, or not more, but just putting one in this back corner. Pretty much anywhere I put landscaping, I went ahead and put a tree. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it for this build. I'm just surveying around and now the screenshots are rolling. So thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please turn on that notification bell and you will know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it, and I will see you all then. Bye.